Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another painting tutorial. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. I hope you enjoy my painting videos. Today I decided to paint something not really usual of me to do. So I'll be painting some stone or brick wall. I've done this in the past, but I think that was like 2 years ago. So yeah, let's do it again and let's do something else. It's very similar, but it's something new. So we'll be using only a few colors today. In fact, we will only be using 5 colors. So we have titanium white, lots and lots of titanium white, black, okay, this one, orange, burnt sienna, and yellow ochre. All the colors that I just mentioned will be listed in the description box below for easy reference. So let's begin now. I'm going to sketch first the subject as always. And for the sketch part, I'm just going to use an ordinary brush. You can use any brush that you want because this is just the sketching part. Nothing serious about this one. But it determines where things are going to go. So it may not be serious, but it is quite important. So let's begin now. For the sketch part, I'm just going to use my black. So get your black. And I'm going to identify first where the first block is gonna go. We'll be using or we'll be doing some like rustic type of building blocks. Are these building blocks or these are bricks? Okay, so let's identify first where the bricks are gonna go. It's like doing abstract, but with intention and with direction. Usually we do abstract, or people do abstract more intuitively. I can't even say the word. Intuitively, like that. But with this, painting blocks, it's more of an abstract, but with a purpose. With intention, clear intention. Okay. So we'll be doing some gaps. Actually, it's quite cloudy today. It's super dark outside. And I kind of like it. It's the best time to paint. Ooh, there's lightning. Oh my God. Can you hear that? Did you just hear that? That's real life thunder. Alright. So, okay, let's do some, like 2 more. Down here. Here. All right, now that we've already identified where the blocks or where the stones are gonna go, I'm gonna dab onto my black again. This time we're gonna fill in all the spaces that we see with this color. Okay, since we're at it already, we're gonna fill in all the spaces. This is super fun to do. It's like living your kindergarten days once more. Just color all the spaces that you see. You don't have to worry too much about the detailing just yet. So just enjoy that moment, that you don't have to stress about anything too much. Okay, I'm just gonna fill in all the spaces that I see. And I forgot to mention that we'll be using our palette knives later. So get your palette knives ready because those palette knives will be used for texturing. right, okay, let's go here. I think it's gonna rain super hard. Actually, it's already raining outside now. Okay, just a few more spaces to fill in. Okay. All right. Now that we've filled in the spaces, we've separated the blocks from each other. We're gonna underpaint each block, which, okay, I really like because the colors are quite monotonous, but they are of different texture. That's why we will be using our palette knife later. So the color will be the classic orangey browny color that you see in Europe or maybe in America, some in Asia. Actually, it's all over the world. So, but what I'm saying is that this is the classic, the old style of bricks. What do you call that brick? That yellow, orange, brown, that color. So I'm gonna get my burnt sienna and then orange and then white and then yellow ochre. Okay, maybe more orange and burnt sienna until I get that color that I want. A little bit of black to tone the color down. More orange. Okay, more black. Okay, maybe this color. Yeah, this color is like the classic pot and brick color. I'm gonna start right here. This is the underpainting. So again, this is also fun to do. This is also fun to do because it's just filling in every space that you see. This is the color that we're using, but this is again the underpainting, meaning we will be changing colors later as we go because of the highlights and because of depth, indentations, because we're trying to make it as realistic as possible. Okay, so I'm just gonna use that color. Okay, again, just mix those colors that I just mentioned, yellow ochre, white, orange, burnt sienna, a little bit of black. Okay, so we get that color. And I'm not very strict as to the shaping because the more uneven the lines are, the more rustic this classic, I'm sorry, I don't know what to call this, bricks, but there are the classic ones. When I was in Amsterdam, I saw a lot of this type of bricks. So I don't know if it's a Netherlands or Dutch thing, but I've seen this as well somewhere in Macau. Okay, it's raining really hard outside. So, just mixing my colors. And, whoops, this is too dark. But again, I don't mind because we're just underpainting anyway. Let's try, this would be fine. It's okay. So even if I'm just filling in the space, I don't mind going or painting over those black lines, because that's not the final look that we're aiming. It's just a guide of where things are gonna go. In fact, I might do some thinning. We will thin those spaces because I think some are too thick. Okay, like that. I just thinned it. All right. Okay, I'm consuming so much of this color. I don't know why. Again, I'm gonna thin down. All right, just a few more, guys. Okay, here. Yeah, notice how again, I keep saying I'm thinning down those black spaces in between the bricks. Those black spaces are just guides for us to identify where things are gonna go. I grab a little bit of white. All right. Okay, just like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing, but a little lighter for this small piece of brick. All right. Okay, now that we've underpainted almost, wow, this looks nice already. Now that we've underpainted it, we can go into detailing. But definitely, I will be thinning down most or some of the spaces, the black spaces that you see. I'll be thinning them down because it's not really realistic. So I'm gonna switch brush just for me to be able to go into those tight spaces. And I'll be using the same brick color. We just keep on mixing to get that color. Okay. And I'm just gonna go and repair some areas that I want to be more, they call this brick-like. Again, I'm thinning down the negative spaces. I don't mind if I'm using a darker browny color. Bricks are not in a solid color, if you noticed. I'm gonna thin this down. This is just too thick. All right. Right. It's really raining so hard right now. But I'm glad that I'm painting while it's raining. Okay. I need to thin this down even more. Like that. Okay, now, okay, I hope painting does not move. Let's go into adding more details. It's actually looking bricks already, right? So I'm gonna get my yellow ochre, try to mix it with the orangey color, okay? Just the two colors and white. Okay, maybe a little bit of black. All right, and now let's go and add. We're gonna dry brush, so remove the excess water. And I'm just, okay, I need like white, like that. Okay, I'm gonna dry brush to create patterns. Definitely this is different if you use the palette knife, but that would be later. For now, let's just enjoy this method. Using our brushes first before we proceed with the palette knife. Okay, just like that. And then we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna outline it a bit. I'm gonna lighten this. All right, as well here. Look at how I'm doing the brush strokes. It's very, it's dry brushing really, and I don't mind the uneven patterns that I'm making. I'm just allowing the brush to do the job for me. I'm gonna add a little bit of white. I hope you can still see what I'm doing because it's quite cloudy outside and I'm using natural light for this video. Just outline it. giving it dimension. Also here. Actually, this is very easy. I think anyone can do this confidently. Oh, it's raining so hard, my God. I think you will be able to hear the sound of the rain falling in a few minutes. So I think it's gonna just pour so hard today. Alright, a little bit of the, oh my God, the lightning. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Okay, I'm going to create a little bit of pattern right here. This is like a unique brick. It's the most unique among all the other bricks, or among all the bricks. Okay, I'm gonna mix some brown and black. Okay, a little bit of orange, yellow ochre. So again, just do abstract, okay? Just do abstract. We don't have to have the same patterns on our bricks. That would be really, really weird, because the brush strokes that I'm doing are abstractish. Therefore, we will not have the same. I cannot really have a specific instruction for you to be able to create a specific brush strokes. All I can do is to generalize the instruction by saying to dry brush and move your brush this way, but definitely we will come up with different image, okay? Similar but different. Some yellow ochre right here. Okay, before we do the palette knife, okay? So just create some patterns. Okay, I'm just gonna use my fingers in creating more natural looking patterns for my bricks. You can also do that for your painting. Now I'm using some black to kind of dirty my bricks. I want it to look natural, like the ones you see in the streets. I mean, the walls of the street, Wall Street. Okay, so that it has that natural pattern. So I'm gonna darken some areas, I'm gonna lighten some areas, but now I'm just darkening some areas, okay? especially that bottom portion of each brick. Just darken it, making it look like it's quite curvy. All right. I hope you can still see it. It's quite dark, right? Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of, oops, like shadow. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out. I need to get more yellow ochre. All right, and then I'm gonna get my white. I'm just gonna mix them together. So get your yellow ochre plus white. Okay, I'm gonna highlight some areas. So just gonna fill in this area. So as you can see here, I'm just mixing every colors that I have on my palette, trying to make everything look really natural. So this is the time when I just want to create an abstract painting, but since I'm a realist painter, I want to make sense out of my abstract painting, so I can do bricks, okay, if I want to do some abstract without deviating from my usual style, which is realism. I'm just actually excited to do the palette knife already, but I want to use the brush first because some markings may not be achieved if we just simply use the palette knife. I hope it does not rain tomorrow this hard. Okay, I'm adding some yellow ochre here and there, and then black just to tone that yellowness down. Okay, also here. Okay, some patterns. Just add some patterns. Okay, and then some black. Okay, some dark orange here. I'm just playing around. I'm not really um, concerned about the patterns that I'm doing. Just trying to create. Wow, this is nice. Oh my gosh. And we haven't even done the palette knife technique yet. Right? So, okay, I'm just making some markings. Okay, I'm gonna get my white. I'm really just excited to get my palette knife already. Let me know in the comment section below if you like palette knife painting as well, or if you like to use palette knife in adding texture to your painting. I like to use my palette knife when I'm doing seascape and mountains and forest and even animal fur. I like that. It creates that texture that cannot be achieved by our usual brushes. I don't know about some people, but to me it's quite effective when I'm doing those subjects using a palette knife. Alright, so I think I'm gonna use my palette knife now because I'm just so excited to use my palette knife. Wow, we're 30 minutes in, but we were able to create this already. It's like 80% or 75%. So I'm gonna use the back of my palette knife. Get your palette knife. I'm just gonna use the back of my palette knife and dab onto the same colors that we have already on our palette. We don't have to change anything at the moment. I'm gonna wet my palette knife a bit just to be able to grab some paints. I'm gonna dab onto my orange here, maybe white and yellow ochre. I'm just grabbing every color that I can see, and let's try to create patterns now. Alright, like that. Wow, did you just hear that thunder? Okay, I'm grabbing yellow ochre here and there. Some browns and some orange. Again, I'm just grabbing every color that I have on my palette. Just grab it without worrying too much. As to your palette knife stroke, you can go vertical, diagonal, horizontal. It doesn't matter because we're painting a man-made subject that has changed over time by natural force, right? So because of water, because of weather, these bricks have changed over time. So we don't have to have the same bricks because we're all in different places. So we all have different climates and temperature, and yeah, let's think that way. So I'm gonna grab some white as well. Okay, and just apply it. Just enjoy this process. I think this is one of the most enjoyable things about brick making or brick painting. You can go as natural, as random, as spontaneous as it can be, as you can be. No worries, no worries. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab my black. Okay, I'm just gonna use the back of my palette knife, and still I'm just gonna create a little bit of pattern using black. Okay, I'm allowing the tooth of the canvas to grab grab some paint from a palette knife. Okay, the skies are clearing now, which is good because I'm already getting scared of the lightning. All right, like that. Okay. Wow, that was a strong lightning. All right, I'm sorry guys because I keep telling you what's going on in my surroundings. Sorry guys, I just can't help it but share it with you since I'm getting scared already of the lightning. I want to bring down the curtain, but my natural light will be affected. Anyway, we're almost done. So yeah, and the skies are clearing. So don't worry. Don't worry, Chet. Okay. Alright, like that. Okay, now, okay, this is pretty nice. I didn't expect that we'll be finishing quite early, maybe because I'm already scared of the lightning and thunder, but yeah, we're actually almost done. So I'm gonna use my brush now. I'm gonna switch to my usual brush. I'm just gonna get my black and try to darken. Try to darken. Wow, that was a sharp lightning. I keep telling you. What's going on with the weather? Okay, I'm applying a little bit of black here and there. Okay, like that. Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit of orangey. It's actually nice. So I'm just reapplying some paints. Using black, I'm gonna create those little cracks. Oh my god. Let me know in the comment section below if I'm not the only one scared of thunder and lightning. Sorry guys if that's bothering you or distracting you. Okay, I'm gonna highlight this portion. Let's try to separate it. I hope the rain just stops. I think it just got heavy or heavier. All right. Wow, this is nice, guys. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of yellow, okay? Just a little bit of yellow. I did not include that in my introduction, but just get tiny bit of mid yellow and slightly glaze some areas slightly, okay? Just to give it a yellow tinge, making it look more natural. So I'm just gonna add it in the you will find this color in, or no, not this. You will not find, or you, sorry guys, I'm getting scared. You will or I will write that color in the description box below in addition to what I said during the intro of this video. That's it. That was what I was supposed to say. Just a little bit of yellow here and there, making it look more natural. I think this is too yellow. I think the lightning and the thunder have stopped. Right. Again, I'm just fixing some areas by adding or defining the spaces, the black spaces. Wow. Really, really nice. So I'm gonna get, for the final touches, I'm just gonna get my white and I'm gonna try to glaze some areas again, to give it some sort of dimension, lightening some areas. Contrast gives dimension, okay? Contrast. Let me check. That's amazing. So I'm just adding more cracks because I'm obsessed. And then a little bit of highlighting. All right, like that. I'm so glad that the rain has stopped. Okay. But it's still lightning. There's still lightning and thunder. Oh my God. So I'm just gonna darken this. All right. Alarm is being tested. Wow. I think I'm gonna have to sign this now because this is done. Oh my gosh. So despite being scared of the lightning and the thunder, I was able to do this painting, which I'm so proud of myself of. So yeah, I'm gonna sign this now. Enough of this already. Because we're done, we don't want to overdo this because there's really no finishing here. You can go as long as you want because this is bricks, this is abstract. So I'm just gonna have to sign this now. I'm gonna sign right here. And yeah, we're done, guys. We're done. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you do this one as well. I'm gonna link in the description box below as well. The other, I think I did 2 brick or stone wall painting tutorials that I did in the past, so that you can check them out as well. See you in my next video. Mm.